given that the court just declared that he should have his freedom, that he'd won the case. So a very chaotic situation emerging here in Melbourne at the moment. Djokovic's brother has also told Serbian local media that the tennis player is with his lawyers and that the family had received information that the Australian authorities want to detain him. The big question now is, what is Australia's Immigration Minister Alex Hawke going to do? He has a number of hours to decide whether he will use his personal powers to cancel Djokovic's visa. He can use his own ministerial powers. That would bring everything back to the drawing board. If that happens, it would mean that Djokovic would not be allowed into Australia for 3 years.
You see, the point is that Novak Djokovic met all of the criteria that were required by the Victorian state government to fly into Melbourne. On that basis, a visa was issued to him. And yet, on a sort of completely arbitrary basis, the federal national government of Australia had him arrested, put into a pretty grotty detention centre. Now, that came to court this morning, and the judge upheld the rule of law, which was that Djokovic had legally got into Australia and released him. So you would think that the family would be celebrating and partying, even though it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. But here's the thing. The judge made it very clear at the end of his summing up this morning that the Australian government does have the right, does have the ability, the immigration minister has the ability to overrule the court this morning. And so there is still the prospect that Djokovic could be arrested and be deported. And that is exactly where we are right now.
Mr. Djokovic is not being held captive in Australia. He is free to leave.
It will be used only for medical research and clean energy. It will, and will certainly never be used to attack his, oh boy. Oh.